going to show you how to do pressure cooker spaghetti. Okay, now I'm sure y'all have all seen pressure cooker spaghetti videos. I just noticed today that I didn't have one on my channel, so I figured why not go ahead and post one today. Okay, now today's version is going to be the quick and easy version. I'm just using some store-bought pasta sauce, some garlic, onion. I'm going to use about 1.5 pounds of ground venison. Use whatever type of ground meat you like. I'm going to use linguine noodles and some of the same stir-fry oil. Okay, now if you're cooking ground beef, you wouldn't need to add any oil, but if you're doing any type of lean meat like a ground turkey or venison, you'd want to add a little bit of oil. So I'm going to use the same stir-fry oil, and I have it set on the brown setting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add some onion and garlic powder. I pretty much add that anytime I'm cooking spaghetti. And I'm just going to brown this up. And once it gets almost brown, then I'm going to add in the onions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add some black pepper. Okay, I went ahead and turned off the browning mode. I'm going to go ahead and add in some garlic. I'm just using the squeezed garlic. You can use fresh, of course. Okay, now the box is 1 pound of linguine. I'm just going to put half of a box in there, so just about 8 ounces. Okay, I'm going to be trying out the Paul Newman Sockaroonie sauce. Fritz is cooking again. He used this a few days ago, or maybe last week, and he was raving about how delicious it was, so I'm going to give it a try. Okay, I'm putting the whole 24-ounce jar of the pasta sauce in there, and then I'm going to do about 1/2 jar of water. Okay, I'm going to stir everything together. You want to make sure the pasta has enough liquid to where it's completely covered, so you may need to add more liquid. Depends on what size of pot you're using too. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more water. It's right at the top, but I want to make sure it's covered well. So about 3/4 of the jar instead of 1/2 of a jar. Okay, now I'm going to cook mine under pressure for 8 minutes. Spaghetti's one of those things, you just have to cook it to the doneness you like. I like mine past al dente, so you can always adjust the time accordingly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give it a stir. It looks so delicious. And there might be a couple of pieces of spaghetti that might be stuck together, which is not a big deal. All you have to do is just kind of stir it and it'll break up. I'm sorry, it's fogging the camera up here. It's the only way to get the good shot in there. Alright, I think I have them all broke up. I only seen like 2 pieces really that were stuck together. Okay, I have 6 ounces of mild cheddar block cheese that I grated. I'm going to go ahead and add it. You probably know by now I love cheese and bacon. Everything you're not supposed to eat pretty much. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on it and just let it sit for a minute. Okay, let me go ahead and plate up some cheesy spaghetti. Of course, most people eat their spaghetti with maybe some bread rolls or garlic bread, but the way we were brought up is we eat what we called spaghetti sandwiches. And it's real simple. It's just some white bread. It has to be sunbeam bread, and we would just make a sandwich out of it. And I pretty much cannot have spaghetti unless I'm able to make a sandwich out of it. So I never order it in restaurants. Now this, if you let it sit longer, it'll definitely, the sauce will thicken up. But I don't have the time right now to let it sit. So I'm going to let it cool off for just a second, and I'm going to give it a try, because I'm curious to see how that sauce tastes. I know, strange, right? Okay, here goes my spaghetti sandwich. Like I say, it's really hot. Try to let it cool off for a second, and that's how we would do it. We would fold it in half, and we would always eat 2 of them. It's still hot. I gotta let it sit for just a second. Okay, here we go. Oh, can't talk. Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't talk. I had too much in my mouth. That's absolutely delicious. That sauce is really good. I think next time I may add an extra can of tomatoes to it, maybe some tomato puree. Since I had to add that water, it kind of diluted the sauce a little bit. But that's the first time I've tried that sauce, and it's really good. And if you haven't ever tried a spaghetti sandwich, give it a try. And there you have it. Thanks a lot.